Well, Walter Todd is President and Chief Investment Officer of Greenwood Capital, an investment advisory firm in South Carolina. So another collapse, another rescue deal. How significant is this?
Well, good afternoon. Glad to be here. I think it's significant that they were able to come to a resolution that limited the systemic risk with J.P. Morgan taking over and guaranteeing all the deposits of First Republic. Clearly, as you mentioned, this is now the second largest, taking the crown from SVB last month, and we've had three significant bank failures over the past 6 to 8 weeks. So, pretty interesting times for sure. But I'm glad they were able to come to this resolution.
So, for bank depositors, the biggest concern for them is if they can get the money back. So, what does it mean for the bank's depositors?
Yeah, so if you look at what's, again, transpired over the past 6 to 8 weeks, in the first two bank failures, SVB and Signature Bank, all the depositors, both insured and uninsured, were backstopped by the U.S. Treasury to kind of try to limit the damage to the system and stop withdrawals. With First Republic, we've got a situation where JPM basically bought all the assets and liabilities and guaranteeing deposits. So there's really no risk to depositors, but the issue is still hasn't gone away. The fact that deposit rates and the available interest rates you can get investing in U.S. Treasuries, for example, is still quite large in terms of spread. So we're going to continue to see deposits move out of the banking system as long as that spread remains wide. But you have started to see banks raise their deposit rates to try to keep deposits in-house, but that is going to limit their profitability or compress their net interest margins going forward.
Well, Walter, from an investor's perspective, what's the feeling like out there? Are investors nervous at this point?
Yeah, if you look at a lot of the sentiment indicators out there in the market, investors are pretty cautious, I would say, in general. However, you have that as the backdrop, but then you look at the market and what it's doing with the S&P up over 9% on a year-to-date basis, and in fact up today, even with this news on First Republic. So investor sentiment is cautious, but there's clearly money going into the market and particularly chasing some of these mega cap tech names that reported earnings last week that did very well on a year-to-date basis. And then, of course, we got Apple later this week, which is, also will be significant for the market.
Thank you, Walter Todd, President and Chief Investment Officer at Greenwood Capital.